Hey there, Semar. Nice to see this essay from you. Well done with writing and preparing for your IELTS. So let's get right into your correction and see what you had to say. The topic is international marketing, and you have to discuss both sides of the issue and give your opinion. So let's see what you did. Excuse me. Okay. Over the past few years, this should say the marketing industry has gone through a boom, period. Okay, fine. It has been claimed that international marketing has spread negative effects on a country. Others are of the view that it has worked for the betterment of the country. Okay, this is a sentence that needs a little revision because it has claimed, this is what you could do instead. It has been claimed that international marketing has, you don't really spread negative effects, has created negative effects, and this is the wrong spelling of effects. You want the EFF. So it has created negative effects on a country, and here you needed contrast, while others are of the view that it has worked for the betterment. Okay, but then you have of a country and on the country, which is also awkward. So you could have said, again, it has been claimed that international marketing has spread negative effects, while others are of the view that it has worked for the betterment of countries, not of the country, because it's if you're referring to only one country, and that we should know which country you're referring to. So, in my opinion, global marketing has always aided a country in the form of education, providing innovative ideas and promotion of different cultures. This essay will discuss both sides of the argument. Okay, that part is fine. So let's see how you develop this. Okay. To begin with, international media promotions have played a vital, there we go. International media promotions have played a vital role in enriching people's thinking. This is mainly because global advertising allows the viewership of cultures. Okay, that's the wrong word. You don't mean viewership. You mean something else. Cultures, languages, and trends happening across the globe. And these things don't happen. They exist. Okay? So, do you mean by viewership allows people exposure to these things? Here it is. You write the word exposure. It has allowed people access. Maybe this is what you mean. So let's try it a little differently. This is mainly because advertising allows access to cultures, languages, and trends existing across the globe, or not even existing, just across the globe. Which has provided exposure and knowledge of cultural diversity. Okay, that works a lot better. Consequently, individuals have become more proactive than they were here you wanted a few decades before, and you don't mean proactive, you mean something different, although I'm not really sure what word you're looking for. Proactive certainly doesn't fit though in this context, okay? So for example, according to recent surveys, members of the something, you didn't tell us what, had ample knowledge of global trends and movements of other countries. I think you mean actions. You don't really say movements. This evidence clearly shows that the new generation, because you're referring to a specific generation, has gained sufficient knowledge with the said marketing. Okay, that part's fine. On the contrary, this new form of advertising has been involved in some invasive acts as well. Now, on the contrary is a linker that a lot of people like to use. Unfortunately, it's often used incorrectly. Just to give you an example of how we're supposed to use it, let's just imagine that you love dogs, okay, but you don't really care for cats. And someone says to you, oh, I understand you're a real cat person and you really like them. You could say, no, on the contrary, I prefer dogs much more than cats. Okay, so that's how you use it. You use it basically to contradict or to dispute something someone else has just said. So I would have said instead here the expression in contrast. Okay, so check this out. In contrast, this new form of advertising has been involved in some invasive acts as well. Young people tend to adopt culture and norms that are completely contradicting with the culture of their own country. As a result, the new generation is proactive, again there's that word, but still the wrong word here, to imitate traditions of other parts of the world, leaving their own culture sketchy. And this word also does not fit. I'm just not sure what you mean there, okay? But it doesn't carry any meaning that is understandable. Okay, so for instance, it was stated in the Times of New York, probably, that an Arab child forced his parents to celebrate Christmas and Easter. I feel like this is kind of I wanted you to show why this is an important example. So just despite the fact that they believed a different religion or because he was influenced by I don't know, Western television shows and movies, something. I mean, just you kind of imply it in an implicit kind of way, but in these kinds of essays, you don't want to be very implicit. You want to state really what you're referring to and how it's relevant. Okay, seen in this light, there's no doubt that the said trend has affected adversely. Fine? So, in conclusion, international marketing, in my opinion, has provided knowledge and understanding in the shape of language, culture, and ideas. This will prove to make its position even stronger in the near future. All right, fine. So, you think it's a positive thing. However, your order of paragraphs is incorrect, because since you think it's a positive thing, the paragraph dealing with the positives go last. They go here. And the paragraph dealing with the negatives go here. So, first we talk about the side we don't agree with, then we talk about the side we do agree with. All right? On the whole, you've written a nice essay. I've pretty much given you all of the suggestions and all the comments I had. There were a few areas where you used the wrong word. Now, I'm glad to see that you're taking risks with your vocabulary. That's very important in order to learn new vocabulary and develop more language skills. So that's what you should be doing, but do make a note of some of these errors and try to learn how to use some of these words correctly. Okay, doing a little bit of research on the internet can help you with that. So I'd love to be able to see more of your essays and give you additional feedback. So I hope I will. Of course, you probably know that you can sign up to get more essay corrections, or you could also sign on to the online course here. Whatever you do, like I said, I really hope you continue to write and that someone reviews your writing. Because as we said before, it's really the best way to improve. So with that, that's the end of this video correction. I hope to see some of your writing again, and best of luck with your IELTS preparation.